Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, my name's Gareth and this is Books, Songs and Other Magic. And this is a response video. So, just literally earlier today, just like, I don't know, about an hour ago, I saw, well, a couple of hours ago, I saw a new video from Willow Talks Books. And Willow's got a fantastic channel. I've been following her channel for years and years. And we actually met in London a couple of years back and it was brilliant. I was very excited to meet her because I'd followed her channel for so long. But she's put up a really interesting video which has put up an argument that I'm not really sure that she's utterly convinced of, but I think she's rallying against her frustration and her despair of what's happening around the world. But she's channeled that into saying that dystopian fiction is pointless. Okay, so it's not. And I really want to do a video in response to that. And Willow says at the end, please comment, please cheer me up, because I just feel really bad at what's happening. It feels like all of this stuff that is written as a warning doesn't seem to have any effect. So there's a really clear thread going through Willow's video that a lot of it is about how despairing she is about the world we're living in and how fractious it is, and this horrible conflict that's happening in all sorts of different ways and for different reasons. And it makes a lot of sense to be that enraged and that frustrated and that angry and that despondent and that pessimistic. That does make sense, but it's not rational, obviously, because it's that kind of immediate, spontaneous kind of rage thing. But it's also important to talk about it. Dystopian fiction is incredibly important. It's incredibly important. It's if we kind of interpret what Willow said as it doesn't matter if it gets banned, because a lot of these books have been challenged or banned in different countries. If it didn't matter that these books were banned, then fiction would become a lot less shallow. But also you'd lose an entire wave of fiction that's very inspiring. It's very instructive. It's very wise. It can teach us about what could happen. And I know that Willow says the warning thing doesn't work, but it does, and I'll kind of elaborate on that in a second. It teaches about what could happen. It teaches us how people react when they are in that situation and how you get out of it as well. Often, you know, they're often more conclusive parts to these books than just this is what's happened. So that's another element to it. But the warning thing is important because books like 1984, Brave New World, Handmaid's Tale, all these books that are seminal works for making people think about society and political doctrine and authoritarianism, books like that have definitely made people much more aware of these things, and there's much more of a groundswell opinion against some of the things, like, for example, that the Trump administration is doing, that some of the authoritarian stuff that the Trump administration is doing. There's much more of a groundswell of opinion against that, and so more awareness, and the radar's up more because of those books. So it might feel like time doesn't change, you know, that we don't change, but we do change. I'm not going to edit any of this, so I'm kind of falling over my words a little bit. But you know, the world is a better place than it was 500 years ago. It will probably be a better place in 50 years, it'll probably be 100 years or whatever. I've got an itch now. But if we didn't have these works of fiction, and I'm not just talking about books now, because what Willow is suggesting would go on to other art forms as well. So I think protest songs, political songs are really important, and I think poets are important. I think fine art, political works are important. Films are important that have social commentary. TV shows that have social commentary, really important. We need to have intelligent, thought-provoking commentary in our art forms. We have to, because otherwise we get one direction happening in our art forms. There's no discussion, there's no debate. If everyone sort of buried their head in the sand and just thought there's no point, let's just do human interest stories with no political content, then there'd be a lot less debate happening, in the world, because these works of fiction transfer themselves into dialogue, into discussion, into people coming up with new ideas. New ideas come from things that have just been floated around in fiction. It's really, really important. Gonna give you a song to listen to by Bruce Cockburn, Maybe the Poet. It's a brilliant song. Check out Bruce Cockburn's song, Maybe the Poet. The message of that song is, it's the artists and the poets, the writers, that often are the source of progressive thinking and thinking about the future and how to make the world a better place. And that's really important. It's really, really important. Without that, we'd be in a worse position. I cannot stress this enough. This dystopian fiction, these allegories, they do different things. They do them in different ways. Some of them have different societies you've built up that are similar to our society in certain ways. Some books do it other ways that they're similar. They all have a really important message to put across, and we have to acknowledge the importance of that message. If we don't, we are literally saying it's okay to ban them. We're saying they have no purpose. We're saying that they don't help us or support us or inspire us or teach us, and they do. I was definitely turned on to political thinking, progressive thinking many, many years ago, by 1984 and To Kill a Mockingbird, books like that. And also, to be fair, Willow did also put a video a little while back saying that everything is political. So that's one angle on this as well. What are you going to ban? What are you going to say is pointless? You know, but the big message in the video, I think, is cloaked, because I don't really think Willow genuinely wants to get rid of these books. It's a frustration. It's because not enough things are changing and it feels so bleak. But you have to keep fighting. You have to stay positive. You have to not just believe, but actually understand, because these things happen. You have to understand and acknowledge that debate and discussion and sending out the right message and fighting for the right cause does make a difference, because it does. And once you stop doing that, then that narrative that's been put across, often through lies, and this huge wave of nationalism, all the anti-trans stuff, or the anti-gay stuff, or the racist stuff, or all this stuff that progressive people would rally against, that have one voice. If we silence, there'd be one voice, and they could just do whatever they wanted, and the world would get much bleaker, much quicker. I cannot stress how important it is that you keep fighting the good fight, and you stay positive, and you understand that these things matter, because they do. I think Willow really does know that, and I think the video was about just a despairing moment of pessimism, which we all get. We all get that. She's got a great channel. Check out her channel. But I think it's really important. It was really important for me to put this video up to say it's important to keep positive and keep the discussion going, and don't let the loudest voice be the negative, conservative voice. Progressive voices are the way forward, and they have to be louder. They have to be louder. Otherwise, the world would get worse. Okay, thanks for watching. Stay curious, everybody.